Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
WGAR, music power time as we bring back the Beatles. You probably wonder why Vernon's voice is not as deep on the phone as it is on the radio. It's because Bob sleeps with those size 28 jockey shorts on.
First in America with all the hits all the time, WGAR Cleveland, a Tom Ganley station.
Here's the latest worldwide news from the American Entertainment Network. This is Bob Wilson in New York reporting. Federal troops at stations at key Washington bridges and highways. The full report on all the fast-breaking news right after this.
Why go across the ocean for a little economy car? You said you wanted something homebred, so we made it. Ford's new little Pinto. A better idea whose time has come. Pinto. Small for easy parking. Roomier inside. Low in price. Pinto. A successful idea. Right for today's America. Pinto.
Better idea whose time is now.
And the time to buy is now at your Ford dealers.
A report from Shell. There's been a lot in the news lately about gasoline additives. One of the most recent announcements comes from the Shell Oil Company, who are now adding what they call TCP2 to their gasolines. TCP2 can have favorable effects on exhaust emissions, Shell says, because it helps keep your car in tune. And if you care about good mileage, as most Shell customers seem to, TCP2 can help that as well. Incidentally, TCP2 is in all Shell gasolines.
In Washington, the anti-war demonstrators moved before dawn this morning, trying to shut down traffic at Key Bridge. Correspondent Frank Tomlinson is in a helicopter now, flying over Washington. Just a few minutes ago, Tomlinson passed over the Key Bridge.
We are circling over Key Bridge on the Potomac River. This is a bridge that goes from Virginia into Washington. It enters the Washington area in Georgetown. Directly below me, the only thing I can see are those orange reflectorized vests being worn by the police. Marching down one Georgetown street, I see about 50 policemen all marching in formation. As for traffic, it is moving just as normally as it would on any other morning.
Correspondent Frank Tomlinson in a helicopter over Washington. Police, National Guard, and federal troops will try to keep Washington's 4 bridges and major avenues open to traffic. Army troops are also on duty at the moment at the 14th Street Bridge, but there are no signs of demonstrators at that bridge at this time. There were about 240 arrests made in Washington yesterday from among those demonstrating against the war. In Washington, former Congressman Allard Lowenstein of New York has this reaction to the arrests made in West Potomac Park.
The principle is where people are not disruptive, I think the First Amendment protects their right to gather, to peacefully assemble. Where they are disruptive, the First Amendment does not protect their rights, and they then have to pay the toll of the law.
Allard Lowenstein. He was on NBC's Meet the Press. A bit of shuffling in the Egyptian government is getting the attention of world capitals. Correspondent Russell Jones reports from Tel Aviv.
The critical Middle East situation may have been eased just a trifle by the dismissal of Egyptian Vice President Ali Sabri. That is the view of some Israeli sources here in Tel Aviv, who tell me that the dismissal is of special importance because it came only shortly before American Secretary of State William Rogers was due to arrive in Cairo. Sabri was regarded as the most pro-Soviet man in the Egyptian government, and his removal may give President Sadat more flexibility in dealing with Rogers. This is Russell Jones, ABC News in Tel Aviv.
At Covington, Georgia, not far from Atlanta, 9 teenagers were killed, another critically injured when a freight train crashed into a car in which the teenagers were packed yesterday afternoon. Here's a late report from our Washington bureau. Demonstrators have now blocked off the 14th Street Bridge leading from Virginia into Washington. The demonstrators have just blocked off the 14th Street Bridge, and so far, there's been no move by Army troops to clear the demonstrators. Our Washington bureau also says the George Washington Memorial Parkway has been blocked. Congressman Wilbur Mills says he would accept the 1972 Democratic presidential nomination if it is offered. Mills has the endorsement already of Senator William Fulbright. That's the top of the news.
This is Wayne Torak of the Cleveland Police Patrolmen's Association on the Big 1220. For the first time anywhere, a law enforcement newspaper is being offered to the general public. Try it. It's called Blue Line, and it tells it like it is. Call 241-3150 for full information. And a special thanks to the Big 1220, because WGAR cares.
Big enough to bring back the Beatles.
WGAR.
That's right. And time too now for Imus in the morning. Gotta get you into my life. Gotta get you into my life. Beatles, I'm Imus in the morning, 6:37. WGAR brings back the Beatles time in just about 60 seconds. We'll talk to the coach.
Every business needs protection. Protection against fire loss, criminal acts, and liability claims. Protection like disability income, life, health, and pension benefits. Today, there is a plan that can protect it all. The Nationwide Wall of Protection. It's one basic insurance plan that is built around you, your company, and your employees. Here's a plan that can protect your budget, too. By spreading premium payments over the year, Nationwide's Wall of Protection avoids tying up capital in a full year's premium. And with only one annual audit on your property and casualty coverage, Nationwide can protect you from bookkeeping problems. The Wall of Protection from Nationwide. One agent, one plan, one organization to give your business the insurance protection it needs.
The man from Nationwide in Novelty, Ohio, is John R. Scala. In Wadsworth, Ohio, James L. Madigan, two of the many Nationwide agents in this area. I'm Imus in the morning at 6:38. WGAR brings back to Beatles time. And now from somewhere in Cleveland, the coach. Hi, Coach.
Hi, Dan. How are you?
Oh, good. Welcome back, Coach. I missed you.
I missed you too, buddy.
What's been going on?
Well, I talked to Joe Frazier yesterday, Dan, and I said, Joe, I understand you got 2 Cadillacs. How come you have Cadillac? Don't you want to have a house? And he said, Coach, you dummy. He says, you can't pick up no girls in a house.
That is true, Coach.
And I said, why is that the only? He says, no, but when you pick them up and they give you a hard time, you just open the door and my man, Lonzo, kicks them out of the door right on the freeway then.
That's it, right? Okay, Coach, moving right along here in the world of sports. I have one for you, Coach. Before you tell me about Sudden Sam.
All right, then.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, then.
At a recent Washington Senators game, the vice president, you know him?
Yeah, then.
Was asked to throw out the ball to start the game.
Yeah.
And it was another one of his athletic misadventures, Coach, because he misfired and severely injured Senators Ed Muskie and Ted Kennedy and 3 hippies that were at the game.
Yeah, then.
And he remarked, not bad for openers, huh?
That's all right, Dan. No wonder you're sick.
I don't know much about sports,
I know,
Coach.
Dan.
What about Sudden Sam's arm?
Dan, I talked to Sam yesterday, and they said that...
He had a lot of time. He didn't last but about...
Yeah, well, he won the second game, Dan, you dummy.
Did he win the second game?
He pitched the last 3 innings. But anyway, I talked to him, and he didn't say too much, but a friend of mine noticed that the gorilla at the San Diego Zoo, Bosco, was missing his left arm, Dan.
Uh-huh.
And, well, anyway, in the paper today it said that Dark wants to keep Sam, but he may be overruled by the committee, which includes Vern Stouffer, Gabe Paul, Hank Peters, Sonny Corleone, Clemenza, and Don Michael Corleone.
Uh-huh. What about the gorilla's arm?
Well, it wasn't there no more, Dan. Sam had a long sleeve shirt on, but I understand there was a lot of hair sticking out of the sleeve.
I see. Okay, Coach. Talk to you tomorrow, huh?
I don't know, Dan. I might be sick after talking to you today.
You're sick today, Coach. Bye.
WGAR means music.
He went away, and you hung around and bothered me every night. And when I wouldn't go out with you...
The angel from My Boyfriend's Back. Rough in a mouth of Jane. 6:43, WGAR brings back to Beatles. I'm Imus in the morning. Upcoming Imus in Washington, a new Catholic conspiracy, and a preliminary report on what the National Cancer Foundation plans to do with part of their money. And also between 7:30 and 8 o'clock this morning, the Attorney General of Ohio, William Brown, will guest star on Imus in the morning, playing his nose.
Ryder rents 4 different trucks for move-it-yourselfers to cut your moving costs in half. Ryder rents trucks to move bachelor pads. Ryder rents trucks to move mini mansions. Ryder rents trucks around town and across country. Ryder rents trucks with loading ramps or power lift tailgates. Ryder even rents trucks you don't have to shift. See your local one-way dealer or call Ryder Truck Rental for a new Ford truck. Remember, Ryder rents trucks for move-it-yourselfers.
The man in the green suit, the money manager, a friend you can bank on, the money manager. Now there's a bank where you can go, now there's a place to get it all.
Now there's an easy way to save money. Let the money manager do it for you. The money manager never forgets, never finds an excuse, and never has to fight the weather to get to the bank. Just tell your National City money manager you want the new Check and Save service. Tell us the amount you want to save regularly. Each month, we'll transfer it from your checking account and systematically add it to the savings plan that's right for you. That's Check and Save. And each month, at no cost, you'll receive the money manager statement which shows your financial progress. National City Bank. Member FDIC.
At National City Bank, a friend you can bank on.
WGAR weather mostly cloudy, breezy, and cool today with a chance of showers or drizzle this morning, highs in the 40s. Partly cloudy and cold tonight with a low in the 30s. Present 1220 WGAR, temperature is 42 degrees.
Much more music, WGAR.
It's 6:45. I'm Imus in the morning. This is Jimmy Rogers. Secretly. Jimmy Rogers, Imus in the morning, 6:48 WGAR, brings back to Beatles time. Sergeant Lou?
Yes, Don.
Good morning and welcome to Imus in the morning.
Good morning, Don. Imus in the morning.
This your first day of your new morning stint, Sergeant Lou?
That's right. I was on afternoons, and now I'm back with you.
Well, you're on with a pro now, so let's get with it.
Good morning, Don, and good morning, drivers. There is a working fire in a brick building at East 105 and Superior. Additional police are directing traffic at this location. Traffic is heavy and backing in the area. I-71 in the inner belt, building traffic rapidly in the northbound lanes, and traffic is heavy at this hour. Be especially careful at the West 25th and Fulton entrance ramps. Liberty Boulevard, medium to heavy,
pull over.
and moving steady at this hour.
That's right.
And that's the latest from Traffic Center 1220.
Thank you very much, Sergeant Lou. I'm in Washington in 60 seconds.
What does every mother want on Mother's Day? A promise.
Dear Mommy, I promise to clean out my bird cage.
Write a promise on a card and wrap it up with a gift of Arpege. Arpege and promises go together. They always have.
Dear Ruth, I promise not to say yes to the kids after you've said no.
Promise her anything, but give her Arpege by Lanvin. There are 35 Arpege gifts to choose from. Arpege Perfume Mist is just $6.50.
Tingle with the touch of G-Latte.
Mrs. Dick Pal is a tingle bell.
When I take a bath with G-Latte bath gel, it makes me feel fresh and clean and all that. But it also makes me feel nice and relaxed. Only G-Latte bath gel gives me that wonderful G-Latte feeling. It sort of smooths away all my troubles. Try it today. You know what they say, tingle to the touch of G-Latte.
It's time now for Imus in Washington and selected parts of the free world. In the wake of the arrest of Catholic conspirators Philip and Daniel Berrigan in their attempt to kidnap Henry Kissinger, Attorney General John Mitchell announced in Washington that the Justice Department had sworn out more warrants, this time for Fulton J. Sheen and Pope Paul, alleging a Catholic conspiracy to plug up all Pentagon pay toilets with bingo cards. In a preliminary report, the National Cancer Foundation announced that they had reached agreement with the Nixon administration and planned to allot $250 million for development of a giant supersonic aircraft, much like the SST, to test the widely held theory that loud noises, so useful in the cure of hiccups, may also prove effective in curing cancer.
Much more music, WGAR.
That's the jingle I was telling you about. That just wipes me out. Easy come, easy go. So dedicate this to my radio career. Bobby Sherman.
I'm taking a shave.
6:53, WGAR brings back the Beatles time. Listen to what weddings are coming to. Black formal jumpsuits, paisley patterned formal jackets, vivid colored frilly front formal shirts, flared pants, flowing black capes lined in red satin. That's true. They're all at Cleveland Tuck Shops, Cleveland's only tuck shop. Exactly as seen on TV on the Johnny Carson Show and the Dick Cavett Show. I don't know what that means, but that's supposed to impress you, I guess. So now you know what weddings are coming to. A visit to Cleveland Tucks is all the impressing that you're ever going to need, because they're just absolutely out of sight. Cleveland Tuck Shops for the latest in formal wear rentals. Here comes the bride. Here comes the groom. Hard to tell the difference, isn't it? Not 9 giant locations.
At Buick, we've been working on ways to make your car safer, so your family is safer. We've equipped all our cars with side guard beams in the doors, an energy-absorbing steering wheel, head restraints, safety glass, a padded dash panel, seat belts and shoulder harnesses, and many other items. We haven't found all the answers, but we're trying. And you can help us now by doing one simple thing. Drive safely. 1971 Buick. Something to believe in.
Name it and claim it. 578 1220 WGAR. Help!
I need somebody help, not just anybody.